What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Gloss Garage, where we make detailing simple. My name is Ak, and today I have something special for you guys. So today, what we have in here is a 2023 Honda SI, and pretty much this vehicle was coated with the DIY Detail 8-year ceramic coating. If you guys haven't seen that video, that was back in May. So it's back for its first maintenance wash. This vehicle is daily driven, so I expect it to have some contamination, a little bit of dirt and grime, and stuff like that. The owner does wash it as much as he can. He is very busy, but you know, that's the purpose of a ceramic coating, to go ahead and take that abuse. So let's go ahead and see how it's doing so far. And also, we're going to be showcasing the Purificas from Labocosmetica. This is their acid shampoo to go ahead and unclog the pores of the paint. We may use a water spot remover from DIY Detail as well to unclog it, but this acid wash should go ahead and take care of it. And we're going to be using the wheel and tire cleaner from Maniac. This thing is literally legit, but we're going to go ahead and use this so you guys can get more of that sensation and feeling. It just smells so good. It just cleans so well. So it's just a fantastic product. And then we may go ahead and use the iron remover from Stoners, because when the floor is all wet and we have the shampoo and everything on the floor, hopefully it won't stain the concrete. So we're going to give that a shot again. And then we're going to just top it off after we do that clay and iron step real quick. We're going to go ahead and top it off with the Maniac Ceramic Speed Wax. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing to it really. So let's go ahead and get started with the video. If you guys like this type of video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and all the products will be down below in the description. And let's go ahead. All right, everyone. So we're going to use the Purifica right here. So pretty much it says dilute 1 to 100 or 1 cap per liter of water. So I have about 2.5 gallons. So I'm going to do 2.5 capfuls. So I'm going to spray this in here. So 1, 2, and a half. So that's what we're going to use to go ahead and do the contact wash. And let's see how it works. We're slightly in the sun, so let's see how it works like in the sun. I'm pretty sure it's, you know, do not use in direct sunlight, but sometimes this is a good test to go ahead and do it on. So Purifica. All right, so I went ahead and corrected myself off screen, but it was pretty much 8 capfuls because I had 2 gallons of water, aka 8 liters of water. But as we move on to the wheels and tires, I'm using the wheel and tire cleaner from the Maniac line. It is just phenomenal. Look at all that browning and everything. And this is diluted 1 to 5. And all it took was literally 2 rounds just to go ahead and remove all that brake dust and dirt and grime from the wheels and tires, and it just came out looking spectacular. So it's just one of my favorite wheel and tire cleaners of all time at the moment, just because it smells good, it's not caustic, and it doesn't make you cough, and it just has amazing cleaning power. And this is pretty much what you get. All right, everyone, so we're about to do the APC rinse that I like to go ahead and do. But of course, I'm going to rinse this down real quick before I apply any APC. It's cold outside, but the panel is not even warm. So we're going to see the hydrophobics of the DIY and see what's going on. It probably has dirt and film on it. So as you can see, it's pretty much flat on the hood, but on the sides, it's beating up nicely. So it might be just clogged up here. So we're going to go ahead and see what's up with that section, because all of this, you see all the way to the left, all that is beating up very nice, except the hood. So we're going to see what's up with that part. Everything else is beating up fairly nice. Even the roof is slightly flat, so it just may be some contamination from either parking under a tree or something, and most of that tree sap or whatever that's on there is clogging up the coating, because everywhere else is nice and good. So I'm going to put you guys down. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this whole clip. I'm just going to go ahead and apply the APC. As for my APC rinse, I went ahead and used the Owner's Pride Grime, and I just went ahead and used it with my IK foamer just to spray it on the entire vehicle. And you guys will see even on the hood right away how this APC rinse goes ahead and really deep cleans and starts unclogging the pores of the paint, and even the hood starts actually just beating water again. As you see, just rinsing off the APC, it's starting to beat again. So it's definitely dirty, it's definitely clogged, But we're gonna go ahead and do the acid wash as well with Purifica and see how it does. Pretty much the purpose of the APC rinse is to go ahead and remove that dirt, grime, and traffic film, as well as deep clean the pores of the ceramic coating. And if you have a high quality APC and a high quality ceramic coating that you trust from any brand, pretty much the APC rinse is really going to help out deep clean the pores of that ceramic coating, and it's not going to diminish that ceramic coating in any way. So make sure you just use a ceramic coating that you trust from any brand and just use this method, and it will definitely unclog the pores of your ceramic coating. And as we move on to Purifica, I really enjoyed this soap, and you guys will hear my verdict, but pretty much it is super slick. I used it in direct sunlight, I'm using it on the windshield, and it's just working really nice. It's not it didn't give me any issues, and it really helped unclog and remove more of those water spot minerals off of the paint. So I really enjoyed the soap. Overall thoughts on this Purifica is very slick. It's a nice slick car shampoo. In terms of smell, I don't know, it smells kind of like medicine. I don't know how to describe it, but it smells okay. It's not pleasant, it's not foul, but pretty much what I think of it. But let's see if it unclogs the coating. So I'm just missing one more area and be ready to see if it helps unclog and diminish the coatings. Let me do the windshield, this middle part right here, a little bit of the windshield again. We should be all set. Let's go ahead and install. It unclogged the ceramic coating. And look at that, that's looking really nice. It's definitely gonna need an iron with a clay. It's also going to need water spot remover for sure. So I'm gonna use a DIY detail water spot remover. I'm gonna spray it on here. But overall, it's unclogging the coating really nice. Pretty much Purifica really just helped unclog the ceramic coating a lot, and it just worked really amazingly well, and it rinses off really nice. As you can see, the whole left half of the vehicle is just beating like crazy. The hood is still slightly clogged, so it's definitely going to need that iron decon with the clay towel, and that's about it. So overall, it revived about 70% of the ceramic coating, 75%, but we're going to go ahead and take it a step further, and we're going to use the iron with the clay towel and as well as a dedicated water spot remover to go ahead and really deep clean and remove those. Alright everyone, so I'm going to be using the clay towel, and I have this inside my wash bucket where I have the Purifica in there, but I'm also going to spray half of with iron remover and the iron remover from Stoner. I want to see if there's a 50-50 comparison in here. In terms of slickness, the Stoner is nice and slick as well with the DIY, so there's nothing wrong with that. My main concern is the reaction and see how much ferrous metals is pulled off. This vehicle is contaminated, and just right away you see the instant purpling. So it's definitely clogged up and contaminated. So once we do the clay step, we're gonna go ahead and remove that. That way, remove that contamination. Now in terms of reaction, as you can see, it takes a while, or I don't even see really any. So I may just skip the Stoner one, to be quite frank. There's like a light speck there. But overall, we're just gonna stick with the iron remover from DIY. It's a quicker visual appeal and everything. So let me just do this hood and see how much of it is unclogged after I do the clay part. So I got a bit of Purifica inside my clay towel, which is definitely gonna help out a lot more to remove those ferrous metals. Just gonna spray What I'm gonna do is spray iron remover on this side where I apply the stoners and see if it dwells, and then it turns purple. So you hear that contamination, but it comes off nice and smooth fairly quickly. When I sprayed the stoner, or not the stoner, when I spray the iron remover from DIY, then out of nowhere it starts pulling all that, the stoner starts turning orange. So that's just weird to see. It wasn't doing that, it was sitting there dwelling until I mixed it up. So I don't know why it's doing that, but yep. Let me just finish cleaning this up, fast forward this clip, and then rinse it off. All right, so I rinsed it off. Typically an iron remover is still gonna sit flat. It still has its own like oils and stuff inside of it. But now that we cleaned the vehicle, let's add some water spot remover and see if it actually unclogs the coating, which it should. So let me apply this. I like to be very generous with this. All right, so now I'm spraying a bit of water spot remover, rubbing it into the surface. I'm in direct sunlight. You just don't want the iron remover, not the iron remover, the water spot remover to dry on the surface, and that's about it. Wipe this in, and this should completely unclog the coating. And as you can see, it has unclogged the coating, and we're all set. Look at those tight water beads coming up. So sometimes that's all that's needed. Look at the water beading in the front. Rapid sheeting as well. And that's it. The coating is literally unclogged. I may have to do a second round. It is what it is. But overall, you see how it is performing. So I'll do one more round of water spot remover and that's it. But the more I keep rinsing, the more those water spot minerals are just being taken off. All right, everyone, so as you guys saw, the beading is completely back. And as you can see here, it's still there. It's still sheeting fast. Remember, the DIY Detail 8-year ceramic coating isn't the crazy beads like the graphene one. And remember, the 5-year it has beading, but it's mainly more for gloss. This is like the best of both worlds. And just look, it's just completely unclogged. We did 2 rounds of the water spot remover. We also applied the Purifica again. And now this is the result that we have. Sometimes you're gonna have to go ahead and double down, but all in all, it's looking fantastic. That's pretty much the rest of the vehicle. Let me bring you over here to the left side so you can see. Everything is beading nicely. Even the roof, as you see there. So yeah, so that's about it. Let me dry the vehicle and then we're gonna put on some Ultra Speed Wax. All right, so I went ahead and used this cheap leaf blower to go ahead and blow out most of the stuff. That way I can go ahead and just, you know, see how this ceramic speed wax works in direct sunlight. As you can see, there's still water on the hood and stuff. So I'm gonna start on the glass and see how it works in direct sunlight. See if it gets streaking or not. It smells great. I love the smell. In terms of streaking, no streaks, both off just fine. Yep, no streaks. I gotta go on the other side, at that end. And the reason why I dried the vehicle, or not necessarily dried, but you know, used the leaf blower to go ahead and dry the vehicle, was because of the simple fact that I want this protection to last as long as possible. This is just a precautionary, pretty much. The owner doesn't really wash the vehicle often, and on top of that, it's winter time. A lot of people don't wash their vehicles a lot during the winter time. So this is just a great way to go ahead and just make sure the coating doesn't get as beat up as it's already getting. We want the full longevity of the coating. Remember, there's a bunch of variables on how a coating survives over time, and that's pretty much it, really. You know, is the longevity determines on how it's maintained. The same way you buy a vehicle, if you drive 100,000 miles every single year, or every 2 years, you do about 50,000 miles, your car is not going to last as long as somebody who drives the vehicle every weekend only. And that's about it. I just love this ceramic speed wax. All right, everyone, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. So pretty much my verdict on Purifica. I really enjoyed it. It's really nice. It's super slick. And just for one capful per liter, that's an amazing type of value for that. And then as well as it's super slick, it really helped unclog the initial part of the coating. And on top of that, we did the whole ABC wash, of course, so that way we could really deep clean the pores of the coating. And after we did the water spot remover, the beading came back. That's just the nature of the beast. Just because the water beading is gone does not mean the protection is gone. And yes, after we did all this, a lot of people probably say, why are you putting a sealant on top of a ceramic coating when it's an 8-year coating? It can last, it could go ahead and deal with the winter time, but the owner doesn't have time to wash the vehicle every single time. This is why he got a ceramic coating, is just for it to stay shiny and cleaner for longer. And that way it's easier to clean when he goes ahead and does his washes. That's pretty much about it. There's nothing much to it. A ceramic coating is a bunch of variables based on durability, but if the owner doesn't take care of it as often in the summertime, what you think is going to do in the winter time when it's freezing, right? So we put a 3 to 4 month sealant. That way it can at least last a month and a half, 2 months on the paint, and give it that little sacrificial layer of protection. So that way when it's ready for the next wash, he just adds a little bit more, and that way it can maintain the coating throughout its longevity, especially for the winter time because of the salt and stuff on the road. So if you guys enjoy this type of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and other than that, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.